Hello guys, Tivik here and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. In the last one we left off as Jonathan was preparing to raid this store full of goods, but there is a shocker zombie in there, so he has to wait for that one to arrive because it will cause problems. The zombie is trying to bash through everything to get to him, which will take quite a while. Oh, here it comes. And it bursts through the window, sends arcs of lightning towards him. The lightning does not do a lot, but it's an ever-present danger. He found a CBM for a power restoration and alarm system. Not quite something that he will be using, but he might keep it at least to make sure in case he needs it. Some various books on the shelves there, and a lot of water, cranberry juice, lemonade. A rubber hose can be used for crafting or even to siphon fuel from a vehicle. And there are plenty of things that he can use that for, so... Destination area is full. The shopping cart is actually full. That's interesting. Is that by weight? Some aluminum cans. No, he cannot carry all that. So he'll need to return to this store later. But there is a possibility for him to use one of the looted houses as a temporary base, so he doesn't have to go all the way from the shelter and back all the time. Pryce open this door. Take a look at what he can find that will help him. There is a bedroom here that he might use. He's got a reading glasses, quite a lot of clothes in a dresser. And if he were to hole up in here, he could make these windows. He could board them up with planks. Is there any way for him to store items here by crafting something? No. But then he realizes that there is another shopping cart down by the liquor store. At least that's what he remembers seeing. So he moves up in that direction. At least he thinks he had seen one. Maybe not. All this alcohol might be useful at some point, maybe as disinfectant or similar. But no way for him to carry more items. There is a shrieker zombie approaching. He decides to use the window as a protection. Hits him and it dies. It has shouted though, and it's quickly attracting more zombies. So he's waiting by the window for the zombie to appear. Maybe down by the grocery store there might be another cart. He cannot remember seeing one though. But there is one. He spots one through the window. So he grabs a hold of it and takes it closer to the other store to make sure that he can carry as much as possible. A lot of books on the bookstand. A sewing kit might be very, very useful, as well as the thread. You can never know when you need to mend some clothing. Another towel and some thread, that's very useful. Also some vinegar and salt water might be useful. He's not sure, but maybe he can clean up wounds with salt water. Copper tubing might be useful for some crafting. Malted milk. Some biscuits and bread and crackers. Dry food is good. And some salt into the shopping cart. A lot of fresh food, which he will need to eat very quickly because they will go bad otherwise. A lot of books and magazines. But he is set for food for some time now. Can also find a pineapple and some coffee syrup. Probably not really what he's gonna need. But it could be useful, I suppose. He's starting to get both hungry and thirsty. But he has quite some food in this cart. He will need to find a way to carry them both. Drag them both. Maybe he could attach them to each other somehow. He needs a power welder though to install stuff. He decides that this room will be a good place for him to stay, but all these items will not fit. He moves all the clothing over from the cart. Then he grabs a hold of it and thinks for a moment. Will this be his temporary base? Will this be where he will stay? For a few days, maybe. For a few days. It's getting late though, and he needs to start thinking about food and making sure that he has enough of everything that he will need for the coming days. He has a little bit of everything in that cart, but not by far as much water as he would like. He's got a plastic canteen of water, but that's about it. Salt water will not help him. He cannot drink that. He has some energy drink though. He moves everything over so that he carries as little as possible. The nail gun, he won't need that for now. Right. Food. He needs to take a look for water first of all. He's only got the plastic canteen. It's all water he can find among all the stuff that he's picked up. He could probably use the food dehydrator, but then he needs water to hydrate it again. He has a few bottles of clean water, and he decides to use that for now. We'll make sure to drink the lemonade and such. And we'll eat bread before it goes bad. Eat some. We'll eat up all the bread that he can eat. Oh, he drank the bad water. He thinks that it might not be a problem, but he'll have to clean it. He'll eat some vitamins. And then he'll get started. He needs to carry off some... He needs to carry some building material, so he will first of all need to find it. A desk. Just a single 2x4. Several 2x4s that he can carry. And nails. He will need a lot of nails for this, but he has a nail gun, so he won't need to use a hammer. He can close the door around him, and should he or not board up this? It will probably be safer. So boarding up the window... Yeah. He grabs one of his nail guns and gets to work to board up the window. It will help keeping some zombies out. He has two ways to get out of this in case they do come in. He can go through this window there. And there is a zombie coming in through the window here. It has heard him crush. Okay, where... How did it hear him? He found a screwdriver might be useful. He can spot a spider up to the north. Hopefully it hasn't sensed it. It hasn't sensed him. Smelled him. With the windows and doors boarded up, he grabs the dresser and moves it up in front of one of the doors. Just as an extra thing in case. Just in case. He gets one of the flashlights and looks for a book to read. Glamopolitan, maybe I can find some cooking recipes. Yeah. He activates the flashlight and starts reading. It's getting late and he starts feeling tired. And he can no longer see very well because the flashlight has flickered off. It is out of batteries. It's getting late though, so he decides to lay down and sleep. But not before making sure that he picks up a little bit of warmer clothes, such as this sweater, an extra pair of leather pants. He hasn't found any socks yet, but a fur hat just to make sure that he is warm. He puts on a sweater, he removes the bike helmet. He also puts on the fur hat. And then he goes to bed. Sets the alarm to wake up in the morning, and hopefully he can sleep through the night. And this will be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the morning.